Once upon a time, there lived a very poor couple. A baby was on the way, when the husband was forced to leave his home to find it living somewhere far away. Before he left, he embraced his wife fondly and gave her the last few silver pieces he had, saying,
"When the child is born, you must do all you can for it. You and I were so poor that there is no hope for us now, but our child may be able to help us have a good living."
3 months after her husband left, the wife gave birth. The baby was neither a boy nor a girl. It was a frog. The poor mother was heartbroken and wept bitterly.
"Ah, an animal, not a child!
She cried.
Our hopes for someone to care for us in our old age are gone. How can I ever face people again?"
She thought at first she would throw him away, but she did not have the heart to do so. She wanted to bring him up, but was afraid of what the neighbors would say.
As she brooded over the matter, she remembered her husband's words before he went away, and she decided not to kill the child, but always keep him hidden under the bed. In this way, no one knew she had given birth to a frog child, but within 2 months, the frog child had grown so big that he could no longer be kept under the bed. And one day, he suddenly spoke in a human voice.
"Mother,"
He said,
"my father is coming back tonight. I'm going to wait for him beside the road."
and sure enough, the husband did come home that very night.
"Have you seen your son?
The wife asked anxiously.
Where? Where is my son?
He was waiting for you by the side of the road. Didn't you see him?"
No, I saw no sign of anyone.
Her husband answered, surprised.
All I saw was an awful frog which gave me such a fright.
"That frog was your son."
Said the wife unhappily. When the husband heard that his wife had given birth to a frog, he was grieved.
Why did you tell him to meet me?
He said,
"He suddenly said you were coming tonight and went out to meet you."
This is really extraordinary.
thought the husband, brightening up.
No one knew I was coming. How could he have known? Call him home quickly.
He said aloud.
He might catch cold outside.
Just as the mother opened the door to do so, the frog came in. He hopped over to his father, who asked him,
Was it you I met on the road?
"Yes,
Said the frog.
I was waiting for you, father.
How did you know I was coming back tonight?
I know everything."
The father and the mother were amazed by his words, and more amazed when he went on.
"Our country is in great danger.
He said solemnly,
We are unable to resist the invaders. I want father to take me to the emperor, for I must save our country."
How can that be?
said the father.
Firstly, you have no horse. Secondly, you have no weapons. And thirdly, you have never been in a battle. How will you fight?
The frog was beleaguered.
"Take me there.
He pleaded.
I'll defeat the enemy, never fear."
The father could not stop the frog, so he took his frog son to the city to seek a meeting with the emperor. After 2 days' journey, they arrived at the capital, where they saw the imperial degree displayed.
"The emperor capital is in danger. My country has been invaded. We are willing to marry our daughter to the man who can drive out by the enemy."
The frog tore down the decree and swallowed it. The soldier guarding the imperial decree was shocked. He could not imagine a frog accepting such a responsible duty. However, since the frog had swallowed the decree, he must be taken into the palace.
The emperor asked the frog if he had the means and ability to defeat the enemy. The frog replied.
"Yes, Lord."
Then the emperor asked him how many men and horses he would need.
"Not a single horse or a single man.
Answered the frog.
All I need is a heap of hot glowing embers."
Hot glowing embers were brought. The heat was intense. The frog sat in front of the fire, eating the flames for 3 days and 3 nights. He ate till his belly was as big and round. Now the city was in great danger, and the enemy was already at the walls. The emperor was terribly nervous, but the frog was calm and continued swallowing the fire and flame. After the 3 days had passed, he went to the top of the city wall and looked at the situation. There were thousands of soldiers and horses around the city.
"How, frog, are you going to drive back the enemy?"
Asked the emperor.
"Order your troops to stop shooting their bows
Replied the frog.
and open the city gate."
The emperor turned pale with fear when he heard these words.
"What? With the enemy at our door, you tell me to open the gate?"
Your Imperial Highness has chosen me to drive the enemy away.
said the frog.
And that being so, you must heed my words.
The emperor ordered the soldiers to stop shooting their bows and lay down their arrows and open the gate.
As soon as the gate was open, the invaders ran in. The frog was above them in the gate tower, and as they passed underneath, he coolly and calmly spat fire down on them, setting them on fire. They ran away in disorder.
The emperor was overjoyed when he saw that the enemy was defeated. He made the frog a general, but of the princess he said nothing, for he did not want his daughter to marry a frog.
Of course, I can't do such a thing.
He said to himself. Instead, he said that it was the princess who refused. She must marry someone else. But whom? He did not know what to do. Anyone but a frog. Finally, he decided that her marriage should be decided by casting the embroidered ball.
Casting the embroidered ball, the news spread immediately throughout the whole country, and within a few days, the city was in turmoil. Many from far and wide came to join the rock, and all manner of people came to the capital. The day came, the frog was prisoned.
The emperor, the princess, and her train of maids were in seats high up on the stand.
The moment arrived. The princess tossed the embroidered ball into the air, and down it gently floated. The many men in the square were like the raging sea, as one and all stretched eager hands to catch the ball. The frog took a deep breath and sucked the ball straight to him.
Now surely the princess will have to marry the frog, but the emperor was still unwilling to let this happen.
An embroidered ball cast by princess
He declared.
can only be seized by human hand, no beast may do so.
He told the princess to throw down a second ball.
This time, a young stalwart fellow caught the ball,
This is the man.
cried the happy emperor.
He is the person fit to be my emperor's son-in-law.
A feast was prepared to celebrate the day. Can you guess who that young stalwart fellow was? Of course it was the frog, now disguised as a man.
Not until he was married to the princess did he change back again to a big frog. By the day he was a frog, but at night he took off his green skin and was changed into a fine young man.
The princess could not keep it a secret, and one day told her father, the emperor. He was shocked but happy.
At night,
He said to his son-in-law,
you discard your outer garment, I hear, and become a handsome young man. Why do you wear that horrid frog skin in the day?
Ah, sire,
replied the frog.
this outer garment is priceless. When I wear it in winter, I am warm, and in summer cool and fresh. It is protection against winter's rain. Not even the hottest flame can set it alight. And as long as I wear it, I can live for thousands of years.
Let me try on.
Demanded the emperor.
Yes, sire.
Replied the frog, and quickly took off his skin. The emperor smiled gleefully. He took off his dragon-embroidered robe and put on the frog skin. But then he could not take it off again. The frog put on the imperial robe and became the emperor. His father-in-law remained a frog forever.